If you don't mind, like when you do the medical helicopter ambulance thing, like how often do you actually have to like land on the highway versus just going to a hospital to pick somebody up? Like, is there like a ratio there or?
It varies from base to base.
Okay.
I mean, there are some hospital-based programs or bases where you're based at a hospital, right? So 90% of your flights are hospital to hospital.
Okay.
That said, for my base in particular, we're about half and half.
Gotcha.
Half of the calls we do are what we call interfacility. So you go picking up a patient from a less capable hospital and transporting them to a fully capable hospital.
Like going from like rural Georgia to like Atlanta or something.
Yeah, like Northeast Georgia, Lumpkin here in Dahlonega.
Yeah.
If you're having
small.
a stroke or a heart attack or you got some severe trauma or you're a kid or you have a burn, there's not nothing they can do for you there, but you're not going to get fixed there.
Right.
You got to go to a higher level of care, which the closest here would be Northeast Georgia and Gainesville, or something down in Atlanta. So to those same examples, even Northeast Georgia and Gainesville, closest trauma level 1 trauma center. If you're a kid, it's not good for pediatrics, so we're taking you to Atlanta.
Right.
As you know from here, that's like an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
So that's
maybe more with traffic.
Yeah, at least, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where we come in. We cut that like well over half.
Right.
So get people where they need to go quickly.
Okay.
So that's half of them. And then the other half we call scene calls, which are, as you alluded to, like the landing on the highway. Now, not all of those are landing on highways, although that's always fun to like shut down a highway and be a helicopter on the road and stare at all these cars just so annoyed with you.
Oh yeah. I've been somebody in the car.
Yeah.
And then I see the helicopter finally get to it. I'm like, oh man, I should pray for those people.
Yeah. So we do that, but a lot of times it's also just in pre-designated LZs. So whether that's a parking lot, a school football field, an open farmer's field, something like that to meet, they're going to like a rural EMS agency. You know, these things don't exist in Atlanta.
Right.
I mean, helicopters do, but they're in a different capacity. Our industry primarily serves rural areas because they don't have the level of care that you do in a city, or it's so far from a higher level of care that a helicopter is required to close that gap quickly.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's what we do.